Now, how do we calculate the area of a polygon? Well, each polygon has its own formula. Let us focus on a parallelogram, which is this one right here. Now, a parallelogram is finding out its length and width. But for this, you need the base and height. Now, this here is our anchor chart. Let me give you a specific example. Now, let's say that we have a parallelogram with fractions. Now, the base is 8 3/4 and the height, which is the dotted line, is 3 1/2. Let's go ahead and put that in our formula. Now, if the area of a parallelogram is base times height, let's go ahead and get 8 3/4 times 3 1/2. We need to turn these mixed numbers into an improper fraction in order to continue. Now, according to our anchor chart, how to turn a mixed number into an improper fraction is the following. If you have a mixed fraction, go ahead and get the whole number and denominator, multiply them, and then add them by its numerator. So if you have 3 times 9, get your answer, add it by 1, which is going to give you 28. And now your denominator will stay the same. Now let's try it with our problem. Okay, so now let's focus on 8 3/4. Now let's go ahead and get 8 times 4. 8 times 4 is 32. Now let's add the numerator plus 3, that's 35. So your new answer is now 35/4. You have now turned a mixed number to an improper fraction. Now let's go ahead and do the same for the other one. Okay, so right here we have 3 1/2. So let's go ahead and get 3 times 2. 3 times 2 is 6. And go ahead and add it by the numerator plus 1. That means your new improper fraction is 7/2. The denominator stays the same. Okay, next step is 35/4 times 7/2. Let's go ahead and get 35 times 7 or times 2 would give you the answer 275/8. Now let's go to our anchor chart. Since we have an improper fraction, we now need to turn it into a mixed number. Now again, according to our anchor chart, in order to get an improper fraction to a mixed number, we need to divide. Now let's go ahead and divide our numbers. Now remember, we need to go ahead and do our long division. So we have 275 divided by 8. Can 2 go into 8? No, it cannot. So now let's go to 27. 27 divided by 8, you have 3. 8 times 3, that would give you 24. Now we need to subtract, okay? 27 minus 24, 7 minus 3, that will equal to 3. 2 minus 2, 0, you leave it blank. Now remember, bring down your 5. And now you have 35. 35 divided by 8, the closest one would be 4. We're going to go ahead and put 4. 4 times 8, that would give you 32. Now let's go ahead and subtract this. 35 minus 32, that would give you 3. Now, that means it's remainder 3. But if we look at this, we now have a whole number of 34. Okay, and I'm going to put 34 right there. We already know that the denominator stays the same. Since our denominator is 8, we're going to leave it as 8. That means we have 8 right here. Now, what was left over? We have 3. And that would be our numerator. So our answer will be 34 3/8. So 34 3/8 is equivalent to 275/8. So if you guys notice, our answer will be this. Are we missing anything? Yes, we are missing our units. So in reality, our answer should be 34 3/8 squared units. Again, we are getting the area, so your exponent should be A2. Again, this is how you should turn in your work using mixed numbers, multiplying fractions, and including your units.